We're going to be looking at Unit 2. And the goal of Unit 2 really is to get here. But before you can get here, let me quickly review what's happening there. We're going to be looking now at Unit 2, practicing past perfect, the third conditional, which includes past perfect, and some irregular and regular past participle verbs, as well as adverbs. So I'm going to start with time, then we're going to look at verbs, then we're going to look at past perfect, so we can end here with third conditional. All right. Why? Because we're going to be putting into practice adverbial phrases and those conditions. The real goal is so you can record another monologue. And this time you're going to be talking about hypothetical situations. So be creative, think of a lot of ways you can incorporate those adverbs and record your monologues. I'm going to add the forum right now. And this is forum number 2. Now remember, after every 2 units, there is a test. So you can, if you complete all your activities, do the test that's available for unit 1 and 2. Make sure you complete all the activities in 1 and 2, then bam, do your tests. The last day to do the test is Valentine's Day. I don't know about you, but I would want to do it before Valentine's Day so I can spend time with myself or with my girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever you decide. All right, so forum is now live. And we're going to focus on these items. So let's start with the irregular verbs. For past participle, it's very, very easy for the regular verbs. All you do is add ed. But what about the verbs that are not so easy? Well, I have a long, long list, but I don't think I should just make it easy for you. I'm going to switch things around. All right, so this is going to be something I'll share with you afterwards. But verbs in their normal form, all you need to do is add ed. For irregular verbs, you have to change them. So regular form, just add ed. Irregular form, complete change. We're going to be focusing on the past participle or the third form. There's a full list, but I'll share you the link so you can practice. What we will do today is the exercise. All right, so I'm going to go down all the way, all the way, all the way. I'm going to go all the way here. Should do one of the easy ones, but no, I think you can manage. So, bam. Ten quick switcheroos. But before we dive into the switcheroo, these are talking about past items. But how do we tell the time? How will we know if it's past? We will need time expressions, right? And in English, we have a lot of time expressions to tell the time. But we're going to focus today on only a few because these will appear with the conditional sentences. First one, when. Carolina, help me with the definition and the examples, please.
Yes, teacher. When. The word when is generally used to indicate at the moment or at the time. You can also notice the difference in the tenses that are used. All these clauses are in relation to the clause which indicates that they are beginning with time. When you are using the word when, then make sure that it will take the forms of simple past or simple present. Most of the depend clauses change the tense in relation to the when clause. Maria was talking on the phone when all her friends arrived at the party. She was walking down the line when he was working on his programs. Megana could wash the dishes when her baby was asleep. We can have lunch when you are done with your homework.
All right. Now, when it comes to conditions, we also have one more form when we use when. This is called the first condition or cause and effect. And sentences in the first condition usually look like this. When you boil water to 100 degrees Celsius, it evaporates. All right, turns to gas. Let me make it easier. It turns to gas. All right, what is happening here is cause and effect. All right, it turns to gas. What do you notice? When you boil, present simple, it turns, present simple. And we're using when. That's a time expression. All right. Another time expression we have is before, right? Help me there, Aurora.
Before. The word before is used to indicate the before moment. Make sure that you remember to use the word before in a simple past or present. The food will be finished before Megan arrives. She left for the train before I could call her.
All right. Before, like when, usually goes with simple past or present. All right. Talks about things in the past. After can also be in the past, but it's like in front of something. Ruby, after.
After. The word after will indicate the event which is happening after something. The word is used to explain the future moment, past or past perfect. He will finish the homework after returning from the store. Mahana worked after I left the room. We will finish after he comes. She hates after I have left.
All right. So that's before. So if you want to remember these words in Spanish, and I'm doing them in gaps of 3. When, cuando, before, antes, after, después, right? Those are the quick switches, and the operation or time expression works the same way. Let's continue with some more, right? Number 4, Vanessa, Joanna, while or as.
Yes, teacher. The words while and as are used in combination which will both work in the past continuous tense. It explains the during that time moment in the sentence. I will indicate the action in progress. I began working while I was washing the dishes. We all the students were written the teacher start a new chapter.
Good. All right. While would be mientras. You know, something is happening. Can use this for progressions, just like we did with when. Next one, By the time. Karen, number 5.
It is basically used to express or combine the idea of an event that is completed before another. You must note that this word is used as an adverb clause in the past perfect tense and future perfect tense. It will impact the main clause of the sentence.
All
By
right.
the time they finish, she had cooked dinner. The student will have finished their homework by the time teacher arrived.
Good. Let me just make sure some of your classmates are in. Here comes Fabiola and Maria Fernanda. Good. This one is easier because it already has the word time in it, and I think you know what it means. All right. Okay, I'm seeing some people saying that they're not seeing the screen, so I'm going to stop sharing and I'll re-share. All right, here we go. Stop. All right, I think Fabiola is now in, and make sure you're putting your names and your groups in the chat, guys. All right, here we go. This is the screen. All right, and this is a little bit tricky depending on the sentence and the context. And this is what we're getting to. All right, by the end of this class, we should be able to create these sentences. All right, this is what we call the third conditional. Just giving you a quick look. All right, by the time you're finished, we did 0 and 1. We're skipping 2. By the time you're finished, you should be able to do this. All right, those sentences with hubiera. All right, that's what we're getting to. Good. Hopefully everyone can see the screen now. Next one, number 6. Andrea, until or till?
Until or till. With these adverbial clauses, you can express up to that time. I will be used in either a simple past or simple present. Let's have a look at the examples. We should wait until she finishes her cooking. Megan will work until you finish yours.
All right. Now we really want to practice these types of adverbials, but we need to know all of them. Why? Because we're going to be practicing the transition of verbs from their base form to their third form. All right. Volunteers, it's a lot of you, so let me see those hands. Volunteers, guys, for those who think they can change the simple, tell me which one of the forms it is. This is the first one. Tell me if it's base form, simple past, or past participle. All right, Anagali, think, what is that?
Simple past.
You think sink is simple past? It's the base form.
No, infinitive verb. Sorry, infinitive.
All right, let's get some more. Get some more. All right, let Anna in. Emiliano, wrong.
Yes, teacher. Past simple.
No, actually, ring. Past participle. Ring, rang, rung. Past participle. Fabi, I see your hand up.
Yes, teacher. Simple past?
Perfect. Mary Venegas.
Infinitive?
No, this is actually also past participle. Know, knew, known. All right. Altamirano. What happened to Andy? Are you there, Andrea? Yes.
Past.
Hid, past, exactly. Good. I see two hands. I see Carolina and I see the other hand. Carolina, you first.
Past participle.
Lone, good. Who was the other hand? Right, we lost that person. Brenda.
Yes, teacher. Simple past.
All right. Spring, sprang. Correct. All right, 3 more to go. Raise those hands, raise those hands. Good. Maria Fernanda, then Fabiola, then Venegas. Maria Fernanda. Past participle, good. Will the other person disappear? Venegas, go ahead, number 9.
Past participle.
Good. All right, and one more. Who was the other hand? Who was the other hand? All right, Deanna, you want to try?
Infinitive.
The infinitive. Good. All right. So we have a lot of irregular verbs in English. You have to kind of just study them and notice the pattern. And you have some PDFs to look at the different lists. All right. But I'll share this with you. So those are the time expressions. These are the different ways we use our verb. Focus on past participle. All right. You'll notice that some of them are regular and some of them are irregular. Why is it important? In this unit, you need to know both the past perfect, which is an expression of ideas in the past, and you're going to be using auxiliary plus those past participles. All right? Why? The structure in general here is to express an idea before another idea. On your timeline, you will have many activities in your past, in your present, and in your future. But the far past, we usually use what we call the past perfect or the past of the past. For example, Viridiana started university at the UNAM. But before she started at the UNAM, she had studied in Prepa, I don't know. Right? So the idea here is it's the past of the past. So you'll have a simple past action, and the action before it is the past perfect action. Right? And you will notice those two have that connection. Right? And that's the structure also in the negative form with the addition of not. When you ask questions, you also put the had at the beginning. Why? Well, let's look at when we use it. Continuing with you, Viridiana, use number 1 and some examples.
We use the past perfect to refer to an event that began in the past and before another action or event in the past. The action or event that happened first is in the past perfect, and the one that follow in the past simple. Example, I read the book before I saw the movie. Donna, have you slept when you call it? Had you ever flown before the trip to France?
All right. That's use number 1. Use number 2, Nadia.
The past perfect is used for action or events that happened before a specific time in the past. Examples: I have already woken up when the alarm clock rang at 7 a.m. He hadn't been to France before the trip in 2008.
2008.
2008.
Good. All right. Use number 3, Chris. Chris Garcia.
Yes, teacher.
Go ahead.
3. Has waited to present perfect. We also use to past perfect simple for our situation to begin in the past and continue a specific point in the time to pass, as we cannot use the continuation tenses with certain verbs. Examples: she had only owned one car before she bought her new BMW. I've been depressed for a long time before it changed jobs.
Good. All right. Now be careful. There are some verbs that don't have a continuous form. So we are seeing the past perfect. We can go to past perfect continuous, but only for some verbs. We'll see that in upcoming classes. Let's quickly do some exercises to see if you can manage the past perfect. All right. Let's continue with, I think that's, let's make that bigger. Selene, number 1.
I had been at home all day. I had to get out and go for a walk.
Good. Ana Vasquez, number 2. Vasquez, are you there? Or is just that picture of Shrek's wife? Princess Fiona. All right, Princess Fiona is asleep. All right, let me go back up my list. Viridiana, let's start with you.
Yes, teacher. Number 8?
Number 2.
Oh, okay. She teaching.
Okay. Remember, irregular verbs. All of these expressions will start with had.
She
Because
had been teach Shakespeare before.
She had taught. What you need to change is the verb. Yes, Fabi. Number 3, Fabiola.
Had you eaten breakfast when you left the house?
Eaten, one more time.
Had you eaten breakfast when you left the house?
Good. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Emiliano, number 4.
She hasn't es que no sé cómo se dice, finishing.
Finished. This is a regular verb. Hadn't.
We hadn't
finished
the document when the computer crashed.
All right, good. Brenda?
Yes, we have never seen.
Be careful with that D sound, stronger. Had never seen.
Seen a whale before our trip.
All right, let's keep it going. Number 6. Go ahead, Maria Fernanda.
Yes, teacher. She had prepared dinner before leaving for work that day.
Right. Anagali, number 7.
Yes, I hasn't done all my homework.
Hadn't done.
Hadn't done all my homework when I went to class.
Good. Aurora, welcome back. Number 8.
Have you met? No, have you met her
Had you
before?
met? Good. All right. So that's the past perfect. Now, why is this important? Well, it takes us to dun 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 dun, the third conditional. The third conditional is an unreal conditional. It uses the past perfect to talk about events that you would change in the past. All right. This is what we call regret. I wish I could. So if I had, this would be my result. All right. So let's look at imaginary, unreal situations in the past. These are called the third conditional. We use the past perfect in the condition and would plus the present perfect in the result. All right, let's see if you can manage. All right, starting from the top of the list, Emiliano, number 1.
If you hadn't
Good.
been late,
Result?
we don't.
We
No,
would. Remember, past perfect plus would and present perfect. Would not
miss it.
have missed. All right, remember what you're doing. Present perfect is the result. So this is the past perfect at the beginning. Notice over here in the result. All right, before I go any further, Brenda, read the examples for me.
Yes. If she had studied, she would have passed the exam, but really we know she didn't study and so she didn't pass. If I had eaten so much, I wouldn't have feel sick, but I did eat a lot and so I did feel sick. If we had taken a taxi, we wouldn't have missed the plane. She wouldn't have been tired if she had gone to bed earlier. She would have become a teacher if she had gone to university. He would have been on time for the interview if he had left the house at 9.
Good. All right, so notice past perfect in the condition, would and present perfect in the result. Of course, remember the result can come first or at the end. Okay, let's continue. And Brenda, try one of the examples as well.
Yes, if she had studied, she would have passed
Passed.
passed the exam.
Good. All right, let's practice. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, let me make sure I can see everybody's name. And full speed ahead. Let me just extend my list. Good. All right. So that was Brendan. Sorry about that, guy. Zoom kind of froze up on us. So sad that Meet isn't working anymore because it didn't do that ever. But here we go. So that was Brenda. Let me extend the list and So Emiliano, Brenda, this one goes to Andrea Altamirano. Number 3.
If we had arrived earlier, we could have seen John.
Okay, good. If we had arrived earlier, nice. I like the switch. Could have seen is also an option. Remember, you need a modal plus the present perfect. So could or would, both. Be careful, Andrea, with the pronunciation. Sounded more like could than would, but that one also worked. All right, number 4, Anna Gali.
Yes, if they had gone to bed early, they would not have.
They would not have.
Would not have waked.
Woken.
Wake. Wake.
Woken.
Woken.
All right. Good. Aurora.
If he had become
also irregular.
Become a musician, he could have
would
have
recorded. Regular verb needs ed endings. All right, one more time, and Aurora.
If he had become a musician, he could have recorded a CD.
All right, number 6 goes to Carolina.
If she had gone to art school, she would have become
painter. All right. Diana Laura, number 7.
If I had been born in a different country, I would have learned to speak
a different language. All right, good. Now, what if the result had come first? Let's continue. Fabiola, number 14.
They had been.
They would have been
Late if they had not taken
a taxi.
A taxi. Sorry.
No problem. Areli, number 15.
She hadn't.
She would.
She would hadn't.
She would not have met. Remember, this is the result.
She would not have met him if she hadn't come to London.
Perfect. Good. Vanya, number 16.
He would taken a taxi.
He would have taken
a taxi if he had enough.
Had. Don't forget, helping verb plus past participle. One more time.
Okay. He would have taken a taxi if he had enough money.
Good. All right. Right? And I'll send you the link, guys, so you can practice. What do you guys need to do? So on your own, we're now bam, bam, bam. We've been through these 4. You need to complete them in the platform as well. When we come back, when I see you after you get your puente break, when I see you on the 12th, we'll be reviewing everything. For those who want to jump ahead, you have a forum, there's an exam. The last day to do all of that is the 14th. So get it done before Valentine's Day. If you have any questions, if you need any help, let me know. My phone is usually charged and my email has a lot of space. Do enjoy your rest. Stay safe. See you soon. Take care.